Hello friends, welcome to A to Z Learning channel. Today's video is about Mrs. Bectors Food Limited's IPO, which is opening this week. We have gathered all the relevant information to help you make the decision whether you want to apply for it or you want to avoid it. This all will try to kind of cover in greater detail, but all the relevant detail in a very simple manner. So this video has got basically three sections. In the first section, we'll talk about overall company profile, what are their strengths, what are their financial performance in the recent past. In the second section, we'll share with you all the kind of key facts that you need to know about this IPO. And in the final section, we'll apply our proprietary assessment metrics, 5-point assessment metrics, to assess whether this IPO is worth subscribing for or it should be avoided. So this is going to be an important video if you're interested in investing in Mrs. Bector's Food Limited IPO. What we want from you, please stay with us for the whole duration of the video. And if you like the content, please give us lots of like. And if you have any comment, suggestion, then also please kind of share your comments with us. So without any further delay, let's make a start with this video. So first of all, as I said, we'll talk about Mrs. Bector's Food Limited Company and what they do, what their background, what their financial performance is. So let's start with, so they are the leading company in the premium bakery and biscuit segment in North India. So it's a big player in the North Indian market, largely in the business of bakery and biscuit segments. It manufactures and sells both biscuits, and biscuits are manufactured and sold under the brand called Mrs. Bector's Cremica, and their bread segment, bakery products are manufactured and sold under the brand name called English Oven. All its products, whatever they are selling in Indian market, it is all manufactured in-house. In fact, they manufacture it for some of the export market where they are sold under different label, but they are manufacturing it here in India. So they have got 6 manufacturing units across 5 different states. So they have, in the north, they've got Himachal Pradesh and Punjab. On the eastern side, they've got UP, and down south and west, they've got Maharashtra and Karnataka. So it's well spread out, very strategically located manufacturing hubs. What's their market share? They're pretty much about 5% market share in both biscuit and bread segment. Biscuit is more like 4.5% and bread is 5%. In terms of their key clients in the bread segment, they supply to the PVR range of cinema halls, to Burger King and McDonald's. So they've got really blue chip clientele in their bread segment. Mr. Anup Bector is the promoter of the company, and the good news here is that they currently own about 52%, and through this IPO, there is an element of offer for sale as well. But promoters are not reducing their holding at all. They'll keep it at about 51% post IPO because they're issuing some new shares, so their holding will proportionately come down, but it's not as a result of them coming out of this business. So that's very good news. What are the key strengths of this company? I think the key strength is that they are the market leaders in the North Indian market. They have got major food certifications, and that's the reason they are able to export it to close to 60 plus countries worldwide. Their production processes are state of the art, very modern, and they have got a great sales and distribution network around the country. So what are the risks then? Risk is their large reliance on North Indian market. They are not pan-India player, but North India, they are market leader. But so that's their kind of strength as well as weakness because their dependency is largely on the North Indian market. What else? It's a highly competitive environment, the food business. They've got players like Parle, they've got players like Britannia, who are big players with big pockets to kind of continue to invest and wait for profits and company to rise over time. But Mrs. Bector's Food is also not a stranger. They have been in the business for a while. They've got a high cash rich business now. They've improved their revenue performance, their cash positions, EBITDA performance in the recent past. So let's understand their financial performance a bit. So when we look at their revenue, They were in back in 2018, they were about just under 700 crore revenue company that went up 13% in 19 to 786. Then they came down slightly at the end of last year, so 2020, so March 2020, 765 crore. And for this 6 month, however, they have really kind of performed really well. Their 6 month number is more like 438 crore, which is, if the same number is repeated for the remaining 6 months of this financial year for them, that will be about 15% higher revenue from last year. So it's a very strong performance. Same is the story when you look at uh, the the profit after tax. They have already generated a profit of about 39 crore in the first 6 months. Over an annual basis, if we kind of extrapolate in the same proportion, that will be a growth of almost 156%, which is amazing performance. So both revenue and profit after tax in the current year are showing amazing growth. Now let's look at how they are doing against their peer group. As I said, that their peer groups are basically like Britannia, Parley, Anmol. So when you look at the revenue wise, their performance, and look at the performance over last, say, 5 years, 17 through 19, you'll see that they are the fastest growing company in terms of revenue. Their revenues have grown at the rate of 12% CAGR, compounded annual growth rate, whereas some of the other companies like Britannia, which grew only 10%, Parley grew 6.5%, whereas Anmol lost the revenue. Their revenue went down by 6%. So overall, from a revenue perspective, they've beaten their peer quite convincingly. Same is the story in terms of gross margins. If you look at on your screen, their gross margins have grown at 44.3% CAGR in last 3 years, whereas rest of the industry like Britannia is 39%, Parley is just under 36%, and Anmol is just under 34%. So again, very, very strong performance. EBITDA, Britannia is the leader there with 16.4, but they are the second best, 12% annualized growth over last 3 years. And same way, return on equity, return on capital employed, some strong numbers, even if they are not the market leader in that space, but they have got strong numbers in that space. So overall, financially, the performance has improved quite significantly. And when you look at margin and revenue performance, they are market leader right now. Now let's move to the second section where we will talk about the key IPO facts. So first, let's start with what is the objective of this IPO. So objective is to fund their expansion plan, which is always a good news. When companies raising money to expand themselves, it's always a good news because that expansion will bring more sales, more revenue, and that will be good for the shareholders, good for the investors. Now let's look at some of the other key kind of facts. IPO date. It's opening tomorrow, 15 December, and it will remain open till Thursday, which is 17th of December. So it will remain open for 3 days. The issue size is about 541 crore, where 41 crore is the fresh issue, whereas the balance 500 is offer for sale. And as I said earlier, that promoters are not reducing their holding. It's the PE investors who will be taking some money out of this business, but promoter remain completely invested. They have IPO price band of 286 to 288 per share. Face value of the share is 10 rupees. Lot size is 50, so your investment for one lot would be just under 15,000 rupees, and it will be listed on both BSC and NSE. Key dates: allotment will be finalized by 23rd December, just 2 days before Christmas. And on Christmas Eve, 24th December, if you're lucky one, you will get shares in your demat account. And share will be listed in the market on 28th December, which is the last Monday of December month. And and hopefully it will be a bumper listing and you'll make money in this. Now let's assess, having shared with you the company profile, having shared the key purposes for which the company is raising money, and and the key dates, the size of the issue, all that information has been now shared with you. Now let's look at what does it mean, whether it is an issue worth subscribing for, worth applying for, or we should stay away from this. We have over the years developed our proprietary assessment matrix, which has got 5 factor that we apply on every company that we are analyzing. So we have done the same thing. So these 5 factors are basically, first of all, we look at the history of the company and the purpose of the IPO. Second, we look at what is promoters' background, reputation, and interest for the future. Third piece, we look at what is the general market sentiments in terms of recent IPOs. Fourth, we look at the industry strength that company has to offer. What are the kind of competitive advantage company has to offer? And the last but not least, the final bit is how the IPO price has been determined and how gray market is placing or reading it, assessing it. So we've got this 5 point proprietary assessment metrics. When we have applied this on Mrs. Bector's food IPO, this is how the rating comes out. Lots of green, no red flag on this particular issue. From a company history and purpose perspective, big thumbs up, green. Promoter background, absolutely strong promoter background. So again, big thumbs up, green here as well. Market sentiment, recently you've seen Burger King, which was issue, which IPO came recently in this month, and that was a bumper subscription and bumper listing earlier today. So very, very positive momentum, very, very positive sentiments around IPOs in the market. Industry strength, as I said, that the company has got its brand value, but its dependence is on North Indian market, and food business is a highly competitive business. So, and because they are in the premium bread and biscuit segment, I'm not sure how successful they'll be when they kind of start to go in the tier 2, tier 3 markets of India. So that's why I've given a assessment of amber there. Again, nothing red flag there. They have a strong foundation, but yet to kind of prove on a all India basis. Last piece is IPO pricing. Their IPO pricing is quite attractive. It's about 53 times of EBITDA, which is, if I compare with Britannia, which is a listed stock, Britannia is about 62 times. So this IPO price being at 53 times is a great opportunity. I mean, it offers a great opportunity for further upside. Similarly, if I look at the valuation in terms of 12 months earnings, there also I find that the IPO price is very, very attractive. So overall pricing wise, they have priced it well, that 286 to 288 price band, even at the highest rate of 288, this looks attractive to me. Gray market is also placing a big thumbs up on this issue. Gray market, when I last checked, it was showing that there will be a premium on listing on this particular issue, and that premium could be anywhere between 50 to 60%. So if you get shares for say 288, you could expect between 150 to 175 rupees premium on each share. So again, a solid, robust premium from a gray market perspective. Again, some of these things may change based on the subscription level and by the time we list, but as of now, there's a strong endorsement from a gray market perspective. So again, a big green there from my perspective. So overall, what does it mean, having kind of analyzed it on this proprietary assessment matrix? My view on this IPO is that it's an attractive IPO, and we must consider it for subscription. So that's how I will conclude. In case there are any changes based on these subscription levels over the next couple of days, I'll keep you guys posted through my through comments on this particular video, public comments that I'll place, and hopefully kind of you will also consider subscribing for this, and hopefully this will help you make money. I also hope that the information that I've shared in today's video has been very, very simple and well understood by you. If you have any comments, I would await to hear from you. I look forward to have your comments and likes on this video if you've liked it, and also comments in case you have any suggestions. And last thing, if you have not subscribed our channel A to Z Learning as yet, I would urge you guys to consider subscribing it, and also kind of press the notification button so that you get the notification of all our new videos immediately. So that's all. So hopefully this makes sense and this has been helpful. We wish you all the best with this IPO, whatever is your decision, and good luck. Thank you. Thanks for watching.